We have been constantly working on learning the concepts relating to Lean Six Sigma. As we can see, though this concept of Lean Six Sigma is centuries old, or at least I should say is 300 years old, the evolution we had seen in the history of Lean Six Sigma. We need to now go and understand one more tool that we use during the Lean. That is the 8 types of waste that we identify. Some people call it as TIMWOODS and some of them also call it as downtime. Let us investigate each one of the waste. The first T in the TIMWOODS is the transportation waste. Do you know when you are moving items or information in terms of a service industry or moving items for a manufacturing setup, you are spending time, energy, and effort. Why cannot we have everything at the right place? Can I avoid transporting the items or can I minimize the moving of information from one mailbox to another, which can make it easy and faster for me to do the process? If there is transportation in your process, it is one of the types of waste, and your objective is to minimize the transportation waste because products get damaged when they are in transport. Information might get lost because it's in between the two mailboxes or two different queues. If there is an opportunity for minimizing the transportation waste, you must try to address it. The next letter in the TIMWOOD is I. I stands for inventory. Inventory is nothing but the items and information that the customer has not yet received. It is lying in your warehouse or somewhere within your factory or between your factory and your customer. In terms of a service industry, what is an inventory? It would be those extra reports, extra processing, your application forms which you have processed, but the customer does not know the status of their application. And those application, those papers are just floating around in your office or in somebody's desk or somewhere in between, either they are in the transport and so on. Inventory happens because of the other type of waste, which is overproduction, which we will be covering in few minutes. The M in TIMWOOD stands for motion. Motion means excessive movement within the workplace. The difference between transportation and motion is that transportation is about moving of objects, items, or information, whereas motion relates to the operator who is working in the office. Do I have to continuously move from one place to another within my office to ensure my work gets done? Can I rearrange my office space in such a way that my motion can be reduced? Because if I'm continuously moving, maybe I get tired by the end of the day and I'm not as energetic and productive as I require to be. I might decide to skip some process because I'm very tired. So, can I have my process, my floor arranged in such a way that my motion is minimized? Let's give you a one more example in a service sector environment because it's easy to visualize in a manufacturing setup. I sit on the first floor. The printer is present on the second floor at the right end. I give a printout. I need to immediately rush from the first floor to the second floor to pick the printout from the printer. Otherwise, it is a confidential information and can cause a problem. Even if it is not confidential, it is some information which I needed it, right? And suppose I am giving 10 to 12 prints a day. Do you even feel that either I should relocate my desk to the second floor or relocate the printer to my floor, which will ensure that this motion waste can be reduced? We will be seeing many more examples as we go further. The M in TIMWOOD stands for the waiting time. Sometimes we are waiting for the information to arrive or the raw material to arrive or some semi-finished product to arrive for me to continue with my production operation or to continue with my service work. So hence we should eliminate the waste. Over processing. Overprocessing is doing the work more than necessary. I have already cleaned the table or I have cleaned the item, but I am redoing it, thinking that, oh, it will shine. Or I have already verified the process, but I am redoing it because I don't want my boss to find an error. How can I apply the Pokayoke techniques in such a way that I don't need to overprocess and still the processing is perfect without any errors? That will be your responsibility to identify. The next O in Tim Woods is overproduction. Doing more work before it is needed. If I'm thinking that the next month I might have orders for 10,000 units and I manufacture 10,000 units this month, it might result in the inventory waste as well. So, overproduction leads to inventory and it is blocking your capital resources, your space, and all these things in a negative manner. Hence, we should avoid overproduction. If there is a demand, we should actually make it to order. You have the example of Dell, which makes the laptop to the order of the customer. It doesn't start the assembly till the time the customer does not place the order. Still, they have made the process so lean that they are able to deliver the laptop at the specified delivery timelines. The inventory in that process is very less. Defect. Defect is the mistake or the error that needs to be reworked. Either the product is damaged or I haven't verified the application form correctly. If there is defect in the process, it is waste of resources because the first time you were trying to do it, there was a problem and hence you have to redo it. Why can't I have a technique or a process in place which ensures that the defect does not happen? We have to get creative with our solutions. The S in the TIMWOODS stands for unutilized skill set. Skill set which are not matching to the employee's ability. If I'm not able to utilize my employees to the fullest, there is a threat that I have. They might either get demotivated or they might decide to leave my organization and go somewhere else. Hence, it is important for me to remove the skill set waste from our process. So, to summarize, TIMWOOD stands for transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, overprocessing, overproduction, defects, and skill set waste. Our objective would be to minimize or reduce this waste or completely eliminate them as much as possible.